Imagine walking through New York's Diamond District, surrounded by glass cases filled with gold, diamonds, and decades of old money tradition, when suddenly the calm shatters. Cameras come out, voices rise, and then a line that would echo across the internet. "Where's my money, motherfucker?" That single moment didn't just go viral, it triggered one of the most talked about controversies in the online luxury world. This is the story of TRAXNYC, how it rose, what really happened during the recent explosion of drama, who people believe is at fault, and why the internet can't stop arguing about it. TRAXNYC isn't just a jewelry store. Over the years, it became a symbol of transparency and an industry built on secrecy. The brand is closely tied to its founder, Maksud Agajani, known to most viewers simply as Max. His journey is often described as a raw immigrant hustle story, learning the jewelry trade from the ground up, understanding diamonds not as fantasy objects but as numbers, weight, cuts, margins, and risk. While most jewelers stayed quiet behind counters, Max turned the camera on himself and his business, showing everything from negotiations to mistakes. That honesty built trust, and that trust built millions of followers. At first, TRAXNYC videos felt educational and refreshing. Max broke down why one chain costs more than another, explained how customers get overcharged, and openly criticized bad deals, even when it hurt the industry's image. Viewers felt like they were getting insider knowledge for free. Rappers, influencers, and everyday people flooded into the store not just to buy jewelry, but to be part of the content. Over time, the channel grew louder, faster, more intense. The stakes were higher, the personalities stronger, and the pressure to keep things entertaining never stopped. Then came the incident that changed everything. Videos began circulating showing Max confronting another jeweler in the Diamond District, accusing them of scamming customers and misusing the TRAXNYC name. According to Max, people were being sold jewelry under false pretenses, allegedly claiming an association with TRAXNYC while delivering lower quality products. What might have once stayed behind closed doors instead played out publicly, with phones recording every second. The confrontation escalated fast, and what started as shouting turned into chaos. The clip that grabbed the internet by the throat was raw and aggressive. Max is seen yelling, demanding answers, shouting the now infamous line asking where his money was. That moment alone became meme material, reaction content, and debate fuel across TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Reddit. Some viewers saw a man defending his brand and customers. Others saw someone who had completely lost control. The emotion felt real, unfiltered, and uncomfortable, and that's exactly why it spread so fast. As the situation spiraled, physical violence broke out. Multiple angles showed pushing, grabbing, and people rushing in to separate those involved. Police arrived, arrests were made. Reports claimed that Max was injured during the altercation, even saying he was choked by his own chain in the chaos. Suddenly, this wasn't just internet drama anymore. It was a real-world incident with legal consequences. The Diamond District, usually associated with quiet wealth and polished deals, looked more like a street fight caught on camera. The internet reaction was instant and divided. One side rallied behind TRAXNYC, saying Max did what no one else would. They argued that the jewelry world is full of scams, fake branding, and misleading sales tactics, and that someone finally had the courage to call it out publicly. To them, the confrontation wasn't reckless, it was overdue. They pointed out that TRAXNYC built their brand on honesty, and honesty isn't always polite or comfortable. The other side was just as loud. Critics argued that no matter how justified the accusation might be, public confrontation and violence are never the answer. They said that once fists fly, credibility disappears. Many felt Max crossed a line, turning a business dispute into a spectacle that endangered people and undermined his own message. Some questioned whether the situation escalated because drama drives views, and whether the camera made everything worse. There was also a third group watching all of this unfold with popcorn energy. These viewers didn't care who was right or wrong. To them, this was reality TV in its purest form, raw, unpredictable, and emotional. They compared it to a scene from a crime movie or Uncut Gems, saying the Diamond District finally looked as intense as everyone always imagined. For this crowd, the controversy was content, nothing more. The "where's my money" moment became symbolic of something deeper. Some believe Max was literally owed money, possibly tied to jewelry disputes or brand misuse. Others think the line represented frustration built up over years of fighting an industry he believes is dishonest. Without full legal clarity, the internet filled in the gaps with theories, assumptions, and hot takes. Every slowed-down clip, every zoomed-in frame became evidence for one side or the other. This wasn't the first time TRAXNYC found itself in legal or public controversy. In the past, high-profile disputes had already placed the brand under a microscope, proving that Max's aggressive transparency style often walks a thin line between fearless and reckless. To supporters, that edge is what makes him authentic. To critics, it's a ticking bomb that finally went off. What makes this situation so fascinating is that both sides of the argument feel believable. It's possible that Max genuinely believed customers were being scammed and acted emotionally to protect his brand. It's also possible that years of filming every interaction blurred the line between business, ego, and entertainment. When your livelihood is tied to views and virality, every conflict risks becoming content, whether intentional or not. In the aftermath, TRAXNYC gained even more attention than before. Searches spiked. Clips circulated non-stop. New viewers discovered the brand for the first time through controversy rather than education. Some longtime fans felt disappointed. Others felt more loyal than ever. That's the paradox of internet fame. Backlash and publicity often travel together. At its core, this story isn't just about a fight in the Diamond District. It's about what happens when radical transparency meets internet culture. It's about how authenticity can build trust, but also amplify conflict. It's about a man who built an empire by showing everything, now facing the consequences of having nothing hidden. And it's about an audience that demands realness, then debates what real should look like. So who's actually at fault? The truth is uncomfortable. It depends on where you stand. If you value exposure of alleged scams at any cost, TRAXNYC looks like a whistleblower pushed too far. If you believe professionalism and restraint matter no matter the situation, the confrontation looks like a failure of control. And if you see the internet as a stage where reality and performance blend together, then maybe this was inevitable. One thing is certain. The TRAXNYC controversy marks a turning point. It forces a question not just for Max, but for every creator who turns their business into content. When everything is filmed, every emotion becomes permanent, every outburst becomes searchable, and every mistake becomes a headline. Whether TRAXNYC comes out stronger, quieter, or more cautious remains to be seen, but the Diamond District will never look the same to the millions who watched this unfold from their screens. And this is where the story really leaves the screen and lands with you, because TRAXNYC isn't just about diamonds, a fight, or a viral line. It's about what happens when real life collides with internet fame, when transparency turns into confrontation, when a business becomes content and content becomes controversy. Maybe you see a man standing up for his name and his customers. Maybe you see someone who let emotion go too far. Either way, this moment forces a bigger question. In a world where everything is filmed, judged, clipped, and shared, how do you stay real without losing control? Now I want to hear from you. Who do you think crossed the line? Was TRAXNYC justified, or did it go too far? Drop your honest take in the comments. No filters. If you want more deep dive stories where internet culture, money, and real-world consequences collide, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. This story isn't over, and neither is the conversation.